Gonna do some hanging hearts. I'm going to attach one to a plaque and add some greenery to it. So for the romantic hanging hearts and the dark souls hanging hearts, I want to be able to make a matching makeup bag, and then I'm going to have like 3 hearts dangling down from it. Then I'll put the greenery on, and then I'm going to put a ribbon on. Carry on with the Dark Souls hearts now. I did a zip. A love spell. Somebody brought a love spell, so we will do that. Good morning everyone, how are you? How are we? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, I'm Victoria and I run 2 online Etsy shops from this studio here. Record it all, put it all together in some sort of fashion to bring you along with me. On one side is Scrunchies and Bows, where I thrift materials such as duvet covers, pillowcases, dressing gowns, quilt covers, bring it home, give it a good wash and turn them into beautiful hair accessories such as scrunchies, bows, headbands, clips. And on the other side is my much beloved witchy shop. Everything on there is made by myself, and that is Kack-A-Ling Sisters. All things witchy you'll find on there, such as spells, pendulums, wheels of the year, sage and lavender smudging spray. Anything witchy you'll find on there. I recommend having a good look, it's like a curiosity shop. So I've been following my milanotes and I've been banging stuff off my list. So week 1 I managed to achieve, week 2 I managed to achieve, week 2 I actually did everything on my list, which was just amazing. Marvin's come to visit today. So I'm going to open it up. I don't know if you remember from my last vlog, but if you're new here, for both shops I'm having my Valentine launch and it'll be at the end of this month. So my Valentine launch is going to go live for both shops on Friday the 31st of January. Got a lot of things listed on my milanotes to do, which is like an organisation tool, but there was one thing on this note from week 1 I pushed it back to week 2, and then on week 2 I pushed it back to week 3, and I just took it off. It was the heart cushions. I didn't have enough filling, so stuffing for them, and I could order some, but I don't know, it's not me. I didn't want to do it. So what I've done is I've replaced it with, I'm gonna do some hanging hearts for Dark Souls and for the romantic souls. They will be smaller hearts, which I've got the filling for. They will be, I'm going to attach one to a plaque and add some greenery to it. So I went into, I was going to say Poundland, but they're one below, and got some stems. And this is eucalyptus stems, but I'm going to white them up a little bit. And then I got a holly, but it's not for the white, it's for the green. I just want to add the odd one in. So I have a lot of wood here anyway. I'm going to use some of that wood to make the plaques. I think what I'm going to do is paint the plaques white and then sort of like sand the plaques down so they look a bit antique and rusticy. On the romantic one I may change it for the Dark Souls one. On the romantic one I will keep to the same romantic colours as the Bunting and the same romantic colours as the getaway bag, the romantic weekend getaway bag. So I will keep to the pinks and the florals for the romantic hanging hearts plaque, and then I will add ribbon to that as well. So we'll do that, and then with the Dark Souls hearts I think obviously I'll do the same, but I think I may do it and paint it black or wood, I don't know. I'll do the romantic souls, the romantic hearts first, and then we'll move on. For the rest of this week though, what I want to be able to achieve is the hanging hearts for the romantic hanging hearts and the dark dark souls hanging hearts. I want to be able to make a matching makeup bag to go with the romantic getaway bag. So that's this week, and pack a love spell if possible, and let's see. And I also wanted to, it's on here, it says broken / split heart. They're not broken hearts, they're just split hearts, so that maybe a friend could buy one and then it's one full heart but it splits in two. And I've just not put my mind to that yet. I was thinking maybe a magnet could go in it. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of rules around things like this, so I have to look into that a bit more, and whether it's, I may just do key rings with the magnets in, so that when they're together they connect together, and then when they're apart they have one half of the heart each. So we'll see. But I think the best thing to do is start today off with the hanging hearts. So let's start with the romantic colours of the hanging hearts, and let's get the wood cut. So I have some wood here, lightweight. I want them to be lightweight because of postage as well. So I have some wood here from, I'm trying to think, that's it. We did a media unit in our front room. I'll take a photo and put it here. And that wood is left, I've got one piece of that wood left over, and I'm not making multiple of these hanging hearts. I'm doing one design, one of another. So one romantic hanging hearts plaque, one dark souls hanging hearts plaque, and that's it. Because I could say, oh, I've got 5 or 6, but I don't. I'd have to make them up, and that's okay to make them up, but I'm not going to, and I've got nowhere to store it. So I'm just going to make one, see how that goes. If this is something that works well, I will then start producing more and put more into the shop stock wise. So let me go and grab the bit of wood. It's literally just that. It's been left in the porch. Right, let me go grab it. This one's even been painted. Right, this is it. It's those like tongue and groove, they slip into each other. I think what I'll do is I'll cut it about here, like this bit, and then I'm going to have like 3 hearts dangling down from it. Then I'll put the greenery on, and then I'm going to put a ribbon on, possibly a rose. So we'll see about that. I want it to look quite rusticy, so I'm going to make the hearts. I'm going to sew on the outside and leave that and fray it up a bit if I can. I would like it to look quite cottagecore-y. Right, let's go. Just going to, I think because this one's marked where I was going to do 8 inches, and then I figured with the hearts hanging it's going to look too clumped together, so I went over to 9 inches. So I'm going to make this the dark one. I'll put a D on that because I'm going to paint that black, and then I don't know if I'm going to paint this black. I'm going to leave it and play with it, but now I need to figure out where I'm going to put my holes for hanging and holes for the hearts. So I think with this I might just, I'm going to flip it upside down. So I've figured out which end is the hanging end. Okay, let's get them filed.
Running down the sidewalk, laughter in our eyes, dancing through the chaos, chasing summer skies, holding on to moments, sparkling in the night, in between the raindrops, everything feels right. In between the raindrops, we found our way. In between the heartbeats, words we couldn't say. In between the memories, time just slips away.
So I don't know how much this you can see. but I've made it quite rusticy. So I'm gonna leave this now to one side. I'm just gonna paint this one black, and
In between the raindrops, forever we will stay. In between the raindrops, forever we will stay.
okay, so while they're drying, let's get the hearts together. Like, let's try and cut them, organize them, figure out what we're doing with them, and get them going while they're drying. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and do a final file and sand to make them look quite antique-y. So let's do that. So I don't know if you haven't been here a while, you won't know, but this is my template for the pocket hearts, and I made 10 pocket hearts to give to the local charity shop, packaged them up and sent them on their way to them. So this is the template I use. And for the bunting, heart bunting, I made a different template. So I wanted sort of like a longer heart. I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, I've got a spare here. So wanted so for the heart bunting I wanted longer. For the pocket hearts it's shorter and fatter and rounder, and I want just a bit bigger than this for the heart plaques. So let's crack on with that, see if we can figure this out. Okay, let's give this a cut and let's see. We have our hearts. So I recommend always making a template. It helps keep them all, they don't have to be the exact same, but it helps keep them all similar. Okay, so we've got a top and a bottom, front and a back for it, a front and a back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to underweb this to get it attached, but I am going to sew it as well. Get some ribbon on these. So for me, I find it easier to, with things like this, to use underweb to stick the lace on, so I don't have to sew the lace on, then sew it again to sew the completed heart, and then sew again to close the heart once I've put the filling in. So for me, I find it easier to underweb the lace on to hold that in place while I do all the finishing touches, and then I can just sew around it once, or as minimum as possible. So if you watched my Desk Buddy vlog, I'll leave it here. This is the the hair excess. So I'm going to use this for the hearts as not to waste. And stuff it in. I'm just using my scissors to rough up all the edges now to make them a bit more fluffy and frayed. three done and they're fluffed up. Let's have a little look. They're afraid of fluffed up. So I'm going to try carry on with the Dark Souls hearts now. My neighbour is doing works, so there's a lot of drilling and a lot of noise going on. So let's see how far we can get. Oh, these are cute. Bats and crows. No, no. Oh boy. I got big sharp scissors. Yeah. You know the rules, huh? Scissors are out, you stay way back. I'm gonna be 18 this year. Yeah, 18.
Summer sunshine everywhere. We were lost but didn't care. Living dreams without a prayer. Running off through fields of gold. Stories shared and secrets told. Wishing dreams would never fold. Hearts so free and spirits bold. Dandelion dreams take flight. Glitter stars within the night. Hold my hand and hold it tight. Youthful hearts of pure delight.
So we now have the Darker Souls done. So the Darker Souls done with lace, and the Romantics done. Right, let's put these to one side. Let's check the wood. Okay, so we have our dark one, rusticy, and our light one, rusticy. So now we need to know how we're going to attach these. This one, these will go with this one. So we've got some waxed cotton cord. Let's get them attached. Okay, both got them on. Now let's figure out how we're going to attach the hearts before we even deal with these top bits. So I changed course here because the cord was light colour and it was really standing out against the black plaque. So I wanted to paint the cord so that it would be darker. Okay, I am down to only 3 hours until I have to be at work. So my goal now is to try and get these done within 3 hours. So I'm going to leave these by the sun and let them dry out here. I'm going to wipe off. There's a tiny smidge of that come off nicely. So I've found my needle, my big needle, so I can attach all the hearts. And once the hearts are in place, then I start to dismantle the picks of eucalyptus, and then I'm going to break them down and then I'll place them where I want them placed, and then I'll hot glue them together.
In your eyes, I find my peace, a love so sweet. It won't decrease in every smile. I see my home with you, I never feel alone. Hand in hand, we'll chase the stars. A love, a melody played on guitars.
little catch up. Right, let's catch up. So, the Darker Souls is done. God, I have enjoyed doing these. I will take photos. Darker Souls done, and the romantic one done. I'll take photos and I'll pop them in, and let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Morning everyone. I don't know where I left off, but I had to go to work, so I rushed off to go to work, and then by the time I'd finished work it was really late, so we just chilled and had like a family movie night. And then the next day we literally, after 13 years of living here, emptied our loft. Hey. So we did loads of tip runs, we emptied the loft. I found my original tailor's chalk. They're really old. I think these are about 14, 15 years old. Today's plan is makeup bag. I haven't actually made one yet, so let me just see if I can find my Scrunchy bow book. See if I can find it. This is it. So I watched a few videos. I've tried to put a pattern together myself. I've never done it. So we're gonna try and make a makeup bag with this. Let's crack on. Makeup bag to match the romantic getaway bag. Let's go. So I'm just using the heat here to thin out the batting a bit. The material on top won't stick to the batting, but what it will do is it will stop the direct contact from the heat press to the batting, so it won't melt onto the heat press. So I'm just prepping for the tabs now, the pull tabs for either side of the zip, so you can pull it and unzip. So this is me just doing the tabs now, getting them ready. Okay, the two liner pieces done, the two tabs are done, right, I'm going to get these ready for quilting. Let's do our quilt lines. Sorry for the lighting change, I had to shut the blind. Believe it or not, it actually is too hot in here. So with the sun going as well, it's too hot. I'm just going to switch over to my white pattern I've got. I give it an iron to try and flatten it a bit. It's quite thick. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how well it's going to work for this, but we'll give it a go. Okay, they are quilted and done, so I'm just going to sew me knob, me tabs. Okay, so tabs are sewn, they're ready. So I'm gonna iron my quilted bits a bit more, get them a little bit flatter, and iron the zip. If you're new here, I have only ever done a zip once before, and it was for my cat flap cushion, so I don't know how this will go. Okay, I'm just going to measure because I have to cut these corners out now. So I ended up not cutting those corners out like I said I was, and instead I cut the middle pieces of the corners out, so the bits in between the corners. I don't know why I did that. It was a different, so I've got two different designs wrote down beside me, and I think I just got muddled up with my measurements. So this, I didn't know it at the time, but this is for the smaller bag, hence why it does end up being quite small towards the end. Sorry, spoiler alert. However, next time I do it, I will just cut the corners out that I had shown you. I'm just tracing the top layer onto the lining layers now so that I can cut that out and have the same measurements. And I cut it the same way I cut the top layer. I cut it for a smaller bag rather than cutting out the corners like I should. You'd think at this point I would have realised, but I still hadn't. Okay, so we have the main parts quilted, two main parts quilted and cut, the two inners not quilted but cut, the tabs, and the zip. Now it's just putting them together. Zipper, one side is on. Now I'm just going to flip it over and top stitch. Lovely. Okay, I'm just going to get the other piece on now. Just gonna turn this and top stitch this. Goodness gracious me. I've been able to do a zip. I did a zip. And top stitch done. Okay. Eek. And I apologise, the next few clips for the lighting, it jumps a bit all over the place, so I apologise. I'm just adding the tabs in now, the pull tabs, and I'm making sure that they're tucked in and the ends are hanging out so I can sew them in place. And now I'm just sewing the corners together. I did get a bit lost in all of this because it was my first time doing it, so I had to turn it around and turn it inside itself just to see where I was up to. I just had to trust the process, and it then all started to make a bit more sense further through I got. I think I've gone wrong. I'm just going to put it all the way through and I'll poke it all the way back through in a minute. I just need to see where I'm at. I haven't gone wrong. I was fine. Just wanted to see those corners in play. I think I'll just do the corners individually and then come back and do the outer line and ones, the linings. Moment of truth. Right, let's flip this all through. This way. While pulling it through, I noticed that there was a corner that hadn't caught, so the material hadn't caught all the way through, so it hadn't stitched it, so I just pop it back through the machine again before pulling it through. I did it. I think it has the two little like pull tabs. Has a little zip. Just got to go in and close the lining. The lining is still open inside. Okay, let's get it cut. Right, let's catch up, shall we? We made a little makeup bag to match the romantic weekend bag away, the romantic getaway bag. What I will say is I'm not going to put this one up for sale, so this one won't go up for sale. It was my tester, my trial. I have been wanting to make a makeup bag. I think it was trending. No, it was trending last year. It was a big thing, and I'm one of these where I won't jump on things because it's a trend. I need to warm up to something. I'll just do me and then I'll get round to it when I get round to it. But I have been wanting to do this, and I've had it in my mind to go with the weekend getaway bag for quite some time. It's small, so I think I need to just tweak my measurements a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, the measurements, the side, all of it a bit bigger, and try again. I have took photos, I'll leave them here, and let me know what you think. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, you're right, you're looking at, well, it's meant to be pink, like a candy floss pink, but it's actually a bit pinky orange. I don't know how I feel about it. The kids love it. I don't know how I feel about it. Thankfully, it's just a toner. It will wash out, hopefully within 6 weeks. If I have anything to do with it, if I don't start falling in love with it, it'll be a lot sooner. Anyway, I've popped on because a love spell. Somebody brought a love spell, so we will do that. Okay. So this one's off to America, so I will not put the thank you sticker on the front because I need space for the customs on one side and the address on the other. On the way. I'm glad we were able to get that one love spell done. I thought there may be maybe one or two this week, but there may be more next week. So we've finally got it done. Let's check milanotes and see where we're at. So for this week, there was make up a love spell if one comes in and pack it. We did that. The dark souls and the romantics. We did the makeup bag to go with the romantic travel bag, so the weekend getaway bag, and the split heart key rings I've put on to next week because I'm just chock-a-block with work now, so I won't be able to fit it in, and I want to be able to give it everything. So in effect, we've managed to do everything but the split hearts, so they're on next week's. So for next week's, we've got the double layer scrunchies with the heart sequins, which I actually got last year using these in the double layered scrunchies for the hearts. So we've got that. And what else is there? There is to do some pink, red, black lace bows, another spell if it comes in, fingers crossed, and the split heart key rings. So with that being said, all that's left to do is bid you farewell. Take care of yourself, take care of others. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you again real soon.
Woke up late again, same routine, no end, city noise, loud buzz, coffee spills, red buzz.